Hi, my name is Brittany Calloway, and this presentation is about my work with the Applied Practice Experience at Eastern Washington University in the Master of Public Health program. So today I'm going to talk about my work, and the purpose is to present my work, my skills learned, and the key takeaways. I did my internship at New ESD, which stands for Northeast Washington Educational Service. My site supervisor was Brittany Campbell, and my role there was an intern and project leader. So first I'm going to show my two work products, and the first is I had created a social media page and logos for PSSC, which stands for Prevent Suicide Spokane Coalition. And these are the two logos that I created. My first goal was to create these logos for PSSC because they did not have one yet, and this was probably the part I had the most fun with during my APE experience. I was able to be creative. I actually researched the colors of suicide prevention to incorporate into my logos. Also, I created a poster for PSSC for more outreach. This was posted on their Facebook page, which I also created, and I will show that in the next slide. This specific poster ties into C13, which you can see is proposed strategies to identify stakeholders and build coalitions. This is a snapshot of the Facebook page that I built using the logos that I created. And then my second work product with PSSC was a sub web page. So this web page was created under New ESD's website as an information hub. So here are some screenshots of the information that I collected. So this information was collected at PSSC meetings, and I had the pleasure of joining a few of those meetings. And one of their biggest projects and needs and wants was to create an information hub for all of the partners and members of the coalition so that they would be able to easily contact each other. And this was, put together so that they could do meetings or other outreach, and I asked each one of the members to provide their contact information and a short description of their position and what they do for the company that they work for. So the actual sub web page is down right now, so I wasn't able to show that because they're doing some work in the background on the website, but this is basically what it looked like. It was a list underneath the PSCC webpage. So my activities include, like I mentioned before, the Facebook page. The APE supervisor, her name is also Brittany, had inquired about, I inquired to her what was needed and what content they wanted on that page. So her and I chatted back and forth about that, and I put that on the web page. Or the Facebook page, I should say. And this ties into CEF-18, which is to select communication strategies for different audiences and sectors. And again, just talking about my activities, the logos that I created ties into CEF-18. And like I mentioned before, the research of the colors was a big part of why I chose what I did for these particular logos. So I also attended several PSSC meetings. Here's an example of a couple of agendas. This ties into CEF-21, which is to perform effectively on interprofessional teams. So I was able to interact with a lot of the other PSSC members and talk about important things coming up and what their goals are as a coalition. Another activity I did for New ESD was I became a NAMI lead presenter, and NAMI stands for National Alliance on Mental Illness, and this is a national outreach for youth. So here's my certificate here at the top saying that I completed the training. It was a whole day of training, and down here is a screenshot of me actually doing a presentation. I had to do it virtually because of COVID, but I was able to present to a live audience after I completed my training. So it was a totally separate thing where I was asked to present, and it was actually a lot of fun. Another activity we did was a SWOT analysis with the telehealth program. So this identifies strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats with the telehealth pilot program that I was a part of, and that was also tied into new ESD's overall goals and outreach for suicide prevention. This ties into CEF 22, which is Apply Systems Thinking Tools to a Public Health Issue. So overall, I thoroughly enjoyed my time working as an intern with New ESD. My experience there showed me the true value of how important suicide prevention work is, especially in our youth population. And I had the pleasure of attending PSSC meetings, creating their logos and social media page, participating in their telehealth pilot project, which is also a big part of my research project. That was focusing on behavioral health services for youth in rural areas surrounding Spokane. My key takeaways were how fun it was to meet members of PSSC who had such a passion for the work we were all doing, and how we had all of the same goals. I was able to use my creative skills to create logos for such a meaningful cause, and stepping out of my comfort zone by presenting and speaking in front of strangers on suicide prevention. I grew so much professionally through my AP experience. And a lot of the biggest skills that I learned were I was able to enhance my public speaking skills as a NAMI lead presenter, which used to be a fear of mine. I used to not like to present and speak in public, but I'm getting better at it. And I gained more confidence and experience doing that. I took ownership and created real work projects for the coalition that I'm proud to display, and hopefully they'll use for years to come. I learned and established different interprofessional relationships by constant communication and outreach efforts to recruit additional PSSC members. The skills I learned doing this will be used in future work projects and positions. And the skills overall I learned in this AP have set me up for success by teaching me the importance of professional networking and public speaking. And thank you for being a part of this. I hope you enjoyed it.